London Irish and Canada centre Ciaran Hearn has been an ever-present figure in Canadian rugby for over a decade. But it was only in 2015 that he signed his first professional contract with the Exiles and got to experience life as a pro.
Very much different, a lot more organised, a lot more professional, but the level of play that you're playing at week in, week out, day in, day out, playing with those types of players is a big step up. I think just playing my first year was pretty nice. I was playing it every game, so it was a bit of a surprise when I first came in. I wasn't really expecting that. Working my way up is how I've always done it, but that was nice. And just getting to know the boys on a personal level and making friends is kind of like what I'm going to remember the most. It was kind of a big lead up to that World Cup. Qualifying against the US was first real big test, and then we managed to qualify early that time, and it was kind of that build-up. We had about a year and a half build-up for that World Cup, so it was, I mean, we went in well organized.
Van der Merwe, wrapping around, and the rest is okay. He's into a hole. Chance for Canada, and Jim Sinclair opens the scoring. Oh, what a try!
We really went after a couple of games, hoping that we could finish in that third spot. Came out against Tonga, had a big win against Tonga.
They've got it. Tonga just about out. They'll put it into touch. Canada wins.
Played France until the last 10 minutes.
Try underneath this one. Great chase from Van der Merwe. Anyone's. They're claiming a try, and it is a try.
And then we had a game against Japan, which we ended up drawing.
Done it again, these two teams. They did it in 2007. It's a draw, 23 each.
Which set us back, so we had to rely on France to beat Tonga to try and finish in that third. And Tonga managed to pull it out.
Here's the kick across field. Oh, it's a pretty good one. Here's the bounce. The bounce is good. And the try is scored by Hufanga. We have seen one of the great upsets in Rugby World Cup history. Tonga has beaten France.
Kind of ruined our World Cup for us, but no, I mean, your first World Cup, having it be in New Zealand, was a pretty epic place to have it, and everybody around there coming up and talking to you and saying how you played a more expansive and exciting type of rugby, so that was really pleasing for me. Now I'm one of the older guys that all the young kids look up to, but as you get older, each game gets more special and more special as it comes. You know that you don't have that a lot of time left, and this is most likely going to be my last World Cup. I don't know if my body can hold up that long. It's going to be special if I can get there and manage to play, and one of those things that you're going to have to look back on and be like, I managed to play 3 World Cups and push my body to the line. We just managed to qualify in the repechage, which is a bit of a tummy twister. So I don't think it was any point that we said that we weren't going to qualify. We just all looked at each other, and especially the older guys, the more experienced guys that have been around there for the last 6-7 years, kind of looked at each other like, we just got to play our game, bring it back to the basics, like I said.
Hugely tough ask, and now DTH Van der Merwe is lurking, and Van der Merwe is scoring.
And just trying to play more of our type of rugby game and keep the ball and trying to starve those other teams with the ball. I think that's one of the things that we had over those teams, was the fact that we had more experience playing better rugby, even though people would call those minnow teams. But there were some tough games and some big boys in those teams, and they played some good rugby against us. Luckily, we were able to hold out and win all 3 of those games and qualify, but it was definitely a bit of a heartache in some of those games, and big relief and a weight off our chest when we finally qualified.